I'm finally fed up enough that I'm gonna do something about my Oklahoma Joes. What's bothering me about it? Well, it's all about the stack. I've tried a ton of different methods of managing my fire on my Oklahoma Joes. I've used the V-grate method in a previous video. I've done the charcoal basket. I've tried kiln drying my splits. I've used better, higher quality, slower burning charcoal. But the problem I keep running into is the small diameter of the stack on the Oklahoma Joes. If the coal bed isn't hot enough in the firebox, or if I put a larger or wetter split on the fire, then I often get thick, dirty smoke, and the fire tends to smolder and it doesn't burn clean. And on my larger offset smoker, I can fix this by just opening up the damper on my stack, and that provides more airflow to the fire, which will make the fire burn cleaner. But I can't do that on my Oklahoma Joes because I'm already burning with the stack 100% open all the time, because I'm trying to maximize the amount of air going through that small stack. Now, I've tried extending the stack to create more airflow, but I didn't have much success with that. So my only option now is to widen the diameter of the stack. With a wider diameter stack, I'll be able to get better airflow and cleaner smoke, and I'll also be able to close down the damper when I need to maintain steadier temperatures. Now, the challenge is, how do I do this without spending a lot of money on expensive materials and learning to weld and buying a welding machine? And the solution I came up with is just to use regular HVAC pieces that I found at Home Depot. There's 3 pieces involved in this modification. I'll list them in the description section below if you guys want to check them out, and I'll put links to them to the Home Depot description. Now, to install the new stack, my plan was just to use my angle grinder to cut off the existing stack and then install the new HVAC stack. But the problem is, I'm taking care of my son full time right now, and I only have about 30 minutes every day while he naps to do anything. So I had to put him to bed and then get this done as soon as possible, and in order to do that, I needed some motivation.
I know what I need. German techno music.
Techno, let's all dance to German techno. And the Merkel Wolf Blitzer, they're all coming to the Wolf Blitzer. The Schlussen, Freuden, Leiden, Baden, German, Deutschland. German techno, German techno, German techno, German techno, super fun techno.
Guys, as we head into barbecue season, I wanted to do a quick segment on the top 3 tools that I use and I think that will elevate your barbecue game significantly. The first one is the grill gun. And if you've seen a lot of my videos, you'll know that I use this a lot to get my firebox and my offset smoker started really quickly. It's really flexible. It can connect to either a propane tank, or you can use one of these little small portable propane cylinders. And you just give it a shot for about 60 seconds and it'll start your fire really quickly. It prevents you from having to mess around with a charcoal chimney, which I find creates a lot of smoke. It bothers my neighbors. You got to breathe it in. So this thing's awesome. You can use it for a lot of other things like searing steaks. It's really flexible and it's just a really good tool to have. The second thing is the meter. If you guys don't have a meter yet, you guys got to get one. This is an essential tool for me to manage the fire on my offset smoker. I plug it into either a potato, an onion, or I plug it into the meat itself, and it measures the internal temperature of the meat and it measures the ambient temperature right before the heat hits the meat. And that is so important for managing your offset smoker. It's really elevated my game in the last few years since I started using this, and it graphs out all the temperatures and sends them right to your phone. So let's say you're doing some chores, you're looking after your kids, you can see when the temperature dips down on your offset smoker, run out there, throw another split on the fire, and you don't have to sit and babysit your offset all day. The third and final product that I really recommend is this Dalstrong slicing knife. Any of the knives from Dalstrong are awesome. They're super sharp right out of the box. They're really nice. And this in particular is probably my favorite because it's so long, it's so sharp, and it has these little ridges or divots that prevent it from sticking when you're carving into a big piece of meat. Great for briskets, really improved my ability to slice briskets in thin 1/4 inch slices. And it's also great for things like watermelon, turkey, ham, anything that you can imagine that is large and you need a large amount of cutting surface. If you you guys want to check out any of these products, they're in the description section below, and I've also got some discount codes for some of them that I'll put in there to give you guys a little bit of a discount. All right, back to the video. Now, I've yet to do a long cook like a pork butt or a brisket with this stack extension, but I've done a few cooks now, and I have a few observations. First, I can get the fire in the firebox rip-roaring and up to speed really quickly. There's a definite improvement in airflow that's very noticeable with this modification. Second, it's very easy to get the temperature shooting up to 300 degrees Fahrenheit and beyond with this stack extension because there's so much extra airflow feeding that fire and making it hotter. But I control this by being able to shut the damper on the stack, and that decreases the airflow when my temperature is up to where I want it. And then the fire will slow down and I'll get steadier temperatures. Third, if at any time the fire starts smoldering and I get thick white smoke or anything like that, I can easily add another split to the fire, I can add some more charcoal, and then I can open up the damper of the stack all the way open, and that increased airflow gets the fire in the firebox burning cleanly almost instantly, whereas the previous stack that I had on the Oklahoma Joes, which was only a 3-inch diameter, I often had to open up the firebox lid in order to get enough airflow to get it burning cleanly again. So the big question is, should you do this modification? Well, it's very easy to do as long as you have an angle grinder and you have a couple bucks to spend on the HVAC. It's very cheap. The downside is that it's just looks like cheap galvanized metal. It doesn't aesthetically look very good unless you want to paint it black with some high temperature paint. The original Oklahoma Joe's cover, it doesn't fit on the smoker at all, so you'll have to make a custom cover or put it somewhere that it's not going to get rained on. But if those things don't really matter to you, then it is a really good modification to do. It gives you a lot more flexibility and airflow, and you'll be able to much more effectively manage your fire on this small offset smoker. And as a bonus, it also has the benefit of lowering the stack to grate level, which is something that Barbecue Jesus recommends in his book. Now, if you guys want to chat with me more about Oklahoma Joe's modifications or fire management or anything barbecue related, consider joining my Patreon. I'll link it in the description section below. We're building a really cool, close-knit community there that I'm really happy about because it gives me the opportunity to chat with people in real time on our private Discord server and form some relationships that I don't normally get just through the comment section below. And it allows me to better help people by having Zoom calls with them and sending them video messages and really digging into their fire management, their brisket, their barbecue questions, and just sharing what we're doing and learning from each other. So consider joining that, and I'll see you guys in the next video. I'll put it right here, and we'll probably do another brisket video. Thanks so much, guys. Happy smoking.